Annyeonghaseyo, I'm Demarchelier, one half of Soju for Two, and I'm going to be doing a review of a highly requested drama for us. This is The Princess's Man. Now, this was really requested, actually right after Queen in Huntsman. We were kind of like looking for more suggestions of sort of Joseon period, dramatic love stories, and a lot of people recommended this to us. And I don't think this drama disappointed at all. When I started looking up this drama, I everyone kept kind of commenting that it was like the Romeo and Juliet story. And I guess that's really the only place I have an issue with this, and I'll kind of explain that later. But for me, the cast of this did a great job with acting this, and I think right away that's what I want to mention. So the cast is Moon Chae-won plays Lee Se-rung, Park Shi-ho plays Kim Sung-yo, and Song Jong-ho plays Shin-myun. And I mentioned the third guy, I wrote him down on the list just because he is the older brother in Reply 1997, and I absolutely love him in Reply 1997, so I figured I'd give him a little shout out. But the two main leads in this, we've seen the male lead in Prosecutor Princess. The female lead was the second main lead in Shining Inheritance. She kind of plays like the evil sister. And so right away, I think that the acting done by the two leads was excellent. And I think that this is one of those ones where the leads kind of make the story. And I thought it was really exciting to see them in sort of such a standout story. Right away, I think this is a drama where the beginning, for me, was really amazing. And I did like the whole story. I just think the ending, because everyone kept saying Romeo and Juliet, I don't really think it's a Romeo and Juliet story. I do think there was a lot of complexity that made it similar to a Romeo and Juliet, but it has a happy ending. So, a story with a happy ending can't quite be a Romeo and Juliet, for me at least. So, I mean, I do think it has a very complicated love story, and which made it really interesting, but not quite as severe as a Romeo and Juliet. So, like I said, the characters in this, I think what's really interesting is they play very affluent Joseon era people. So, you have the main female lead she starts out as the niece of the king, and then she becomes the daughter of the king. They're very well off. And then you have the main male lead, and again, he's the son of a major, minister. So they're very, high in the aristocrats. But they don't really know each other at all, and it's sort of an interesting mistaken identity that really kind of drives the story, which I think is really interesting because initially the main female lead believes that she's getting engaged to him, which is what they're kind of both under the impression of that. Well, he hasn't really heard that, but it's sort of planned to have a marriage, and so she wants to kind of figure out his character, and so she meets him under the guise of being her cousin, and they start to like each other, and then because of complexities of politics, they end up no longer being betrothed to each other, and the person that he mistakes her for is the person he's supposed to marry. And it's very interesting, sort of all the, wheeling and dealing of this story, and that's what made it such a great story. But I loved the interaction and the chemistry between the two main leads for this. I mean, they did an excellent job. And the love triangle is rounded out by the guy from Reply 1997, Song Jong-ho, or Shin-myun, and he sort of plays a really evil character in this because he starts out being friends with the male lead and then sort of betrays him and then wants what isn't his. He wants the woman that his friend loves, and it's sort of interesting how they're kind of played out, because she doesn't have feelings for him, and he knows she doesn't have feelings for him, but he's very possessive of her. Bad guy turned good. I mean, this is one of those stories where the main female lead's father is completely vicious, and I don't know if he's kind of gets good a little bit at the end, but he does horrible things to the main male lead's father, and he kills him, and he kills a lot of people, and he's very vicious, and because of that, this really affects the relationship, as you can imagine. And obviously the main male lead goes through some moments where he really hates her, which I think actually makes it really enjoyable to watch because it's such a fraught love story. So it is really interesting for me to watch that kind of story. As far as piggyback rides, so they do some horseback riding and things like that, but there isn't really a normal piggyback ride per se. Usually in the Joseon dramas, you have to hurt your ankle or something for a piggyback ride. Kiss, there are a couple kisses, and the main leads get married within themselves. They sort of say they're married. So that made it a really great story in that way. Fashion, it's traditional Joseon clothing, so I love watching that, but nothing out of the ordinary for that. And the music, I feel like this had really dramatic music, so I really enjoyed that about the story. So my only issue, like I said before, was really just with the ending. So I'm going to rate this one, I'm going to give it a 9. I think this was a great drama to watch. I absolutely loved it. I just think you should prepare yourself that it's more just an interesting drama with a fraught love story than it is like a Romeo and Juliet, because I think that Romeo and Juliet would imply like some mass issue with their deaths. So, you know, for me, that's what stood out in Romeo and Juliet. So it is a great drama. Just kind of look at it on its own if you want to see a cool Josenne era romance. Okay, thanks a lot, guys. Bye.